So let me get this straight. There are disembodied conscious entities without souls that want human help, and they are floating around Spa? What? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is a little bit late. I normally try and get them out once every 2 weeks, but I've had a super busy week, what with one thing and another, and I thought to myself at the end of it, I need to make a video, and I had no idea where to go. Weather's not been great, not so easy to get out and about and stuff, and so I was thinking, where can I go that isn't like too out of the way, that's in my town, that isn't going to be too busy, where I can do these SBox sessions. And I decided to go in the end to the historical location that is Spa. Hear me out. So I'm not so much interested in the building Spa itself. I mean, I needed to go shopping anyway. But what I am interested in is what used to be on that before it was Spa, which was the old Checkers Inn. Now this was a very old building, an old timber building with a thatched roof, one of the last thatched roofs left in my area actually, and it was demolished in the early 1930s to make way for the current Spa building, which if you're not in the UK is a convenience store. Now trying to find information on this online is really difficult, really hard to find like an actual date when it was made, so I uploaded the photo to ChatGPT, asked for a sort of rough estimation on the age, and ChatGPT reckons it was built between 1570 and 1650, which sort of makes sense, pre-industrial era. Yeah, so that would have been sort of a sort of hub of the town for a while, as a sort of a pub and an inn, and there's a few photos of it, so you can kind of get an idea of what it would have looked like. And yeah, something that really interests me as well is every time I go into Spa, I always get that like old pub vibe. This is the weird thing. I need to probably make a video talking about energies, as I call them. I think a lot of people that work in the paranormal have this thing where they become quite attuned to the energies of old places, and you'll often hear people in these videos saying, oh, this has a vibe, this feels weird, this feels negative, and I think everybody has the capacity to do this. It's just a skill that is sort of under-encouraged in our society because, well, I suppose we don't really live in a spiritual society, so I guess people think there isn't the need for it, but I think we all have the capacity to sense the energy of an environment, and I discovered I could do this when I was a teenager, and it's been something I've sort of been experimenting with ever since. And places that I find have really strong energies include pubs, like really old pubs. You go in and it is just this really intense kind of atmosphere that just hits you, and I always get this old pub feeling when I go into Spa. So it got me thinking, does it sort of, when there's newer buildings on sites of really old ones, are the spirits still there? Is there something that still lingers on energy-wise? And can we use the spirit box to try and find out? Now obviously this would be too loud to be running in Spa in the middle of the day. So I did one of my stealthy silence sessions when I turned the volume right down and I put it in my pocket and I walk around, and so that's what I did. Every time I do that, I find the results are quite faint. I'm still trying to figure out why. If anybody has any theories as to why it's faint when I do it that way, do let me know in the comments below, because that's something I'm still a bit mystified by. But yeah, it was an 8-minute file, but a lot of it was just white noise, but I did get some really interesting stuff coming through. So what I'll do, rather than sort of save you listening to the whole 8-minute file of it, what I'll do, I'll just edit the bits where I got something. Again, it is quite faint, so do turn up your volume to be able to hear it better. I was wondering whether I would hear any spirits from the time of the old pub. I didn't get that. I got something much weirder and much darker. Have a listen to this. Oh, I should also mention I don't actually have any footage and didn't do any filming because it was the town centre in the middle of the day, so it is just the SD card file. So yeah, have a listen to this, turn the volume up, do wear headphones, let me know what you think. that jumped out at me in that session is the very faint bit where it says, "until we are granted our soul." When I heard that, I was like, what? That's a bit weird. And what's even weirder is I did a follow-up session at home asking who wants help, because help was coming through so much in that. And I was asking who wants help, why do they want help? And I got another connection with things like not having souls. This is really bizarre, so I'll play you the full 4-minute file unedited now of what I did on this at home after I came back and transcribed it. Have a listen to this.
People were keep up over the British.
So let me get this straight. There are disembodied conscious entities without souls that want human help, and they are floating around Spa. What? I'm confused. I'm gonna play you these bits again, and like slowed sometimes helps it to be heard better and with a higher volume, just so you can because I really want to make sure people hear this, because it is quite faint, which is always really frustrating. But I'm going to play you those 2 segments again. So this has really baffled me. Like, if you work in the paranormal and you have any idea what this, like, not having a soul thing might mean, do let me know in the comments below, because I always assumed that, like, having a conscious mind and having a soul would be the same thing. Maybe it isn't. What was a bit troubling as well was that the word evil was coming through, so I don't know if this may have been something darker that I was connected with. Why is it in Spa? I'm confused. What's really strange is I didn't seem to get anything at all from the Checkers Inn, so maybe once a building has gone, maybe a lot of the spirits and the entities go with it. Where? I don't know. So that was kind of interesting to see whether that would come through. Yeah, but instead it seems as if it's kind of opened up something far stranger. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I may do a very quick SBox session, because this isn't a very long video, just to kind of see if we can get any more info on what this is about the not having a soul thing. What's it all about? I never get very much from these sessions, but it's worth a try. Can you tell us any more? Can you check this? Quiet again. Anything? Like a breath thing, that was strange. Alright. Well, if nothing's coming through, I'll probably have to leave it. Okay, that's probably enough static for you to listen to in one video, but I hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, please do like and subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment below. It all helps the channel. And yeah, love and light you all. Stay curious. Bye.